I'm Peter Harrison, and this year, 2021, marks the 10th anniversary of what was one of the biggest events of my professional life. Surely every biologist's dream, a discovery of a new species of bird, new to science, hitherto unknown. And what makes this even more special is that it wasn't just any bird, this was a seabird, a species of storm-petrel, and the first storm-petrel to be discovered in something like 89 years. This was a huge event. Most new species discovered these days are normally found on some isolated island or perhaps in some dim and dark distant jungle somewhere in the equatorial regions of our world. What makes this so intriguing is that the storm-petrel was found down in southern Chile, near the bustling seaport of Puerto Montt, waters that Darwin himself had plied. It had simply been overlooked for over 200 years. It's the 22nd of March, almost 4 years to the day after one of the most exciting ornithological events occurred, and that was the discovery of the Pincoya Storm-petrel down here in Seno Relencavi in southern Chile. And we're going to try to be the very first tour group to go out and nail this sucker out on the open sea. We've got a group of 12, 13, 14 people, maybe 16 heading out. We've got our chum, we've got everything ready to find what will surely be just the greatest little seabird that any of these people have ever seen, the Pincoya Storm-petrel.
And I just can't tell you how excited I am to be seeing this legendary species with a man who discovered it himself, the great Peter Harrison. Let's go and do it.
Let's go.
To the left over the gulls?
Yep, it's behind the gulls.
Oh yeah, okay. We have found Pincoya City.
Yeah.
Pincoya.
Okay,
Pincoya.
Let's go up
to here.
Up to the gulls.
We're going to drop a chum slick and we're going to dance the dance of the Pincoya, guys. A dark streak. There's a dark streak of water.
Okay.
You've got something that looks like a swallow with a white patch over its tail. Pincoya Storm-petrel. If you look carefully, you'll see bold upper wing bars, bold underwing bars, and get the projecting feet. Oceanites Pincoya. Wow. Okay, this is good. We've got at least a dozen birds out here in front of us, guys. This is to give a visual target for the birds. And also, the birds come in, look at the mesh, and these little pieces. If you're a bird, you're going to come and you're going to be picking these tiny little bits, and it's going to just be going into the water. You see how it floats and then gradually goes down, and the birds will come in and start picking at it. So we trail this now behind us. I'm going to see if it floats. I might need a bigger bottle. Careful your foot. Salmon. Salmon is the best. Look at the red meat, lots of keratins. What you want to do is to get a bit of a feeding frenzy going, because birds everywhere now will be looking, and just look how these birds are dipping down. Look at the immediate reaction. Look around you. Look what they're doing. They're all flying towards here. This is how they pass on visually the signals of there's food. They were all sitting down, nothing happening. Now there's guts and blood. And now the storm-petrels are looking at this and saying, we'll clean up. This is champagne chum. This is made of fish oil, it's made of sardines, it's made of mackerel, all sorts of incredible stuff in here. And this is going to spread an oil slick. And you see these lovely, these are Rice Krispies. And they're going to float on the water. Oh, there's a black-browed albatross going by. Adult black-browed right behind you here, black-browed albatross. And this is going to put up the oil slick for our birds. Well, folks, we've had our first contact with Pincoya storm-petrels. We had maybe about a dozen in amongst other birds, but the ideal conditions here for us are not ideal for the birds. So now what we're doing is we're dragging a bag of shredded fish behind us, and we're going to set up a scent trail, and we're hoping to attract the Pincoyas that way, and also hope that the wind just increases a little bit more to bring them in closer to us. Everything depends on smell. Remember, a storm-petrel's brain, 37.5% are given over to the olfactory lobe. These are feathered bloodhounds. We just have to set the scent trail. Stay with us. "10 years, almost to the day, has passed since the discovery of the Pincoya storm-petrel. Of course, discovery is easy. What is not quite so easy is then to write up a scientific paper and have it accepted by the scientific community. That would take another 2 years. But the story of the discovery of the Pincoya eventually surfaced in the Auk, one of the most respected ornithological journals in the world. It's little wonder then that February is such an important month for me, the 10th anniversary of the discovery of the Pincoya Storm-petrel, and a chance that is so rare for artists, and that is to paint a storm petrel or a species that they themselves discovered. Doesn't happen very often. So, the Pincoya Storm-petrel, a bird that inhabits the seas of southern Chile, and the Pincoya, a sea goddess who is said to be kind to all mariners that cross her stormy waters.